Hey, good morning, guys. Tush coming at you. It's about quarter after 10 on Tuesday morning out in the garage, and Darren told me to push the button, so I've decided to come out and do a little bit more work on this tank. So I picked up some POR 15 products, and I've used POR 15 quite a bit on a few of my other projects that I've done, plus this TR3 has got a pretty good use of POR 15 products going on. The interior actually, this white is a POR 15 product called White Coat, and it's like a bathtub porcelain enamel. That's a two-part. It's pretty hard. Can't chip it with a hammer. So anyway, the gas tank, I thought I'd go ahead and go with gloss black for the gas tank. So the important thing with the POR 15 is that you follow their steps for preparation. So the marine clean you've got to use to pretty much clean it grease-free. Metal etch is the next step. Basically etch the metal for about 20 minutes. Then rinse it off, re-clean it with a marine clean, and then you're ready to go with the POR 15. So yeah, it's a good product. I've had good success with it. I know some guys have had some problems with it, but I think it all comes down to the prep. So as long as you prep it properly, I've never had any issues. So that's what we're planning on doing today. I have given the tank a quick clean down with marine clean. I did sand it a bit more this morning just to get a few little stray bits of paint off. So it's pretty much ready to go. Marine cleaned it once already, so I'm getting ready to metal etch it. And then, like I said, we'll wash that off. We'll give it another clean with marine clean, and it's got to be bone dry before we go ahead and start to paint with a POR 15. So whatever you do, if you ever use this product, make sure you wear gloves. You get it on your skin, it doesn't come off for a couple weeks. So people know you've been out in the garage working when you should have been at work. Yeah, so, oh yeah, don't get in any bolt holes. If you happen to get some in a bolt hole, make sure you clean it out quickly, because if it dries in there, it's a bitch to have to get that stuff out of there. So that's pretty much it. Oh, there's you see those spots on the garage floor. That's POR 15 from about 3 years ago. So yeah, it sticks pretty well. Once it's on something, it doesn't come off. Alright guys, so we'll come back when I have some progress to report. Talk to you later. Okay guys, the metal etch is on, so just a good wet coat. You can just sort of see it puddling there in the grooves on the tank. So we'll let that sit for 20 minutes and we'll come out here and rinse that off. It'll probably get a little rusty looking or a little pickled looking, so that lets you know that it's got a good etch on it. So anyway, that's where we're at. I thought I'd just take a quick shot to show you the stages, how this goes together. Alright, when you're spraying this stuff, make sure you don't spray it close to an open garage or to another vehicle. You don't want any of that mist on it. Obviously it's an acid and it will etch your paint on your good car, so just be careful when you're spraying it if there's a wind around. That's why I moved it onto this side of the garage. It's a little less breezy over here. Alright guys, talk to you in a bit. Hey guys, it's about 20 minutes later, and this is what the tank looks like now after it's been sitting with that metal etch on it. So it gets that sort of zinc coating on it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take it to the backyard, and we're going to get the hose going, and we're going to rinse this off. You're supposed to just rinse it off under running water. So that's what we'll do, and then we've got to let it sit and dry fully. Usually what I do is I let it sit and dry, but I also get out here with a heat gun, and our heat gun and compressed air, and I'll blow out all these seams to make sure there's no water hiding in the seams, and I'll also get the heat gun out just to make sure that there's nothing in there, because it will destroy the paint job with POR 15 if you've got any moisture present. Anyway, that's it. We'll go and rinse this off, and then we'll be back at it. Alright guys. Okay guys, tank's rinsed off with fresh running water, and we'll just let it sit and dry. We'll probably come out in about a half an hour, see how we're doing. And we'll probably, like I said, hit it with the heat gun, and we'll blow some compressed air at it. Alright guys, come back when we're ready to paint. Talk to you later. Okay, just about ready to go with paint. There's what the tank looks like. It's after being rinsed. I don't know if you can see that very well in the sun. But that's what it looks like with a little bit of zinc left on it after the rinse. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the paint now. And a couple of tips, a couple more tips if you're following along. So I never paint directly from the can. I always pour into a disposable dish, or I shouldn't say pour, I actually scoop it. So I scoop it out of the can into the dish. The reason why I do that is if you happen to get any POR 15 on the lip of the can, and you put the lid back on it, it will seal the can completely shut. You won't be able to get the lid back open. There is a tip to actually, if you do want to pour out of the can, you can actually put a piece of plastic or saran wrap, or what I usually do is I cut a Ziploc bag and I put a layer of plastic and then pound the tin down on top if you want to actually pour from the can. But I find it easier just to have a little scoop to actually portion out what you need. And of course my brush ready to go. So just a couple more tips, and we'll open that up, we'll give it a good mix, and we'll get ready to paint. Okay guys, first coat's on. It's a light coat. They suggest to do 2 coats. The first one being a light coat, and then the second one being a little heavier. That's the minimum you have to do, is 2 coats. There is a specific mill thickness that you're trying to achieve, but I don't recall what it is at the moment. Anyway, I know I'm going to do at least 2 coats on this. So anyway, there's the first coat. Just going to let it dry. It usually takes between 2 and 5 hours depending on the humidity and the temperature. So we'll give that a test in probably a couple hours and see where we're at. So just one more sort of tip: you want to put a lid on your unused Pour 15, and you want to put your paintbrush in a bag if you plan on using the same brush or the same paint. So that should be okay for the next coat. I do have a little bit of paint left in that disposable container. So yeah, just wrap your brush in plastic or put it in a Ziploc bag, and that'll keep it good enough for use for the next time you go to use it. That's about it for now. We'll come back when we do the second, or after the second coat. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, Tush coming at you. It's Wednesday, April the 24th. It's about 7:15. Cold out in the garage. We're only, probably about 13 degrees in the garage. Anyway, gas tank is done. I took 3 coats, so it was about 9 hours to paint this. It was taking about 3 hours per coat to dry. So it's looking pretty good. I mean, it is a gas tank, so it's looking pretty nice and shiny as compared to what it used to look like. So I'm happy with that. It's going to be well protected now. It should last for another 50 years. So yeah, so I just wanted to give you a quick update. It did turn out, like I said, pretty well. I'm happy with that. A few little runs in it here and there, but not too bad considering it's done with a brush. So that's it for this update. I'll upload this, and I guess we'll talk to you later. We'll be out in the garage probably tomorrow. All right, have a good night, guys.